a few remarks on the presidential speech, which, in my opinion, resonates very well with the great people of Gatanga. The great people of Gatanga are farmers and traders. And in the presidential speech, the president has addressed the issues of farming and has addressed the issues of trade. Madam Speaker, the president has elucidated on the need of the government to provide cheap fertilizer. The reason why the unga today costs 220 shillings is because of what we call added costs in the process of farming, from the seedlings to fertilizer, cost of input, and that's why in the presidential speech, I want to support it and say this, he addressed on the issue of production as opposed to the issue of consumption. And I'll happen and pray that as we go further, other than getting what we call cheap fertilizer, we expect to get subsidies in terms of cheap seeds, cheap inputs and implements, even reducing the cost of power, especially for farmers who pump water to do irrigation. Madam Speaker, I also want to address the issue about agro-processing, which is also connected with farming. Gatanga sadly has almost 60% of our youth unemployed. And we do believe that the moment we embrace agro-processing in agriculture, the way we have done in tea, we do it in avocados, we do it in macadamia, we also do it in tea. I do believe and trust that our youth can be able to get employment, and we're able to absorb all of them and be able to make sure that we are able to expand the net of the people who are contributing to the taxes of this country. And to that end, Madam Speaker, it is my agenda that to do meaningful farming, we also need to embrace what we call modern day technology. And one of the things to do is to ensure that we are able to avoid relying on what we call the natural rain and embrace irrigation. Madam Speaker, sir, Madam Speaker, I'll bring in a bill shortly to address the issue of water in Gatanga. It's sad to mention this, that Gatanga Dam, which has been supplying the whole of Nairobi with water, all that water is carted away and not a single drop of that water is consumed by the people of Gatanga, either domestically or even in terms of irrigation. Madam Deputy Speaker, I'll bring us a bill shortly before this House to be able to address the issue of irrigation, whereby that water, so things can have what we call equitable distribution of that water in such a way that the people of Gatanga, where that dam is situated, that water is used for irrigation, and people are able also to consume that water as well as we serve the people of Nairobi. Madam Speaker, I also want to bring up the issue about the universal health. One of the biggest challenges in where we come from in Gatanga, and I've seen honorable members elucidating to it, it touches in almost every corner of this country, is the challenge of health. The members of parliament are carrying huge loads. Every day we are getting messages, we are putting in WhatsApp groups, whereby each and every day we are contributing money toward medical support of our people. And the president elucidated that he's going to make sure that we are able to embrace universal health in such a way that our people will get the NHIF card, and the burden which they have, which you are busy supporting them, is offloaded from our shoulders, and they can be used that money doing other things. And therefore, I pray the members of parliament, when the legislation is brought before this House, to revamp, restructure NHIF in such a way that it can be responsive to our people's needs. Madam Speaker, I expect the members of parliament to be able to support it fully. Madam Speaker, I also want